Welcome to another episode of the Achieve Podcast, the show where we highlight leaders, creators, and entrepreneurs who are building meaningful businesses, shaping their industries, and having an impact. I'm Taylor, your host, excited today to be joined by Cristina Alvarez-Barrett, the CEO and President of Mona Payment Solutions. And you can find them at monasolutions.com. Cristina, first off, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And then real quick, for those getting to know you, give us the backstory with this niche that you've kind of gotten in. How did you get into this space?
With payments, it's a long story because I was a temp and they hired as a temp as an admin, and they hired the company that I was working for at the time was FFMC. And this is like 35 years ago. That's how I got into it. It was all by accident, and everything that's happened to me ever since has been by accident. I was FFC turned into First Data, who is now Fiserv. I left Fiserv 15, 16 years ago and started representing a friend of mine that started his own ISO, as you call them. And that's kind of just pretty much started by accident. And I never went out to say I'm going to be in payments, have my own payments company, be in the fintech world. It was just all by accident. One thing led to another. And it's actually been really rewarding. And I love payments. I love what I do. I love our team. So yeah, that's kind of in a nutshell.
And how big is the team right now?
So there's 7 of us. We're, as we call it, small but mighty. And we work nationwide and in Canada. And just recently, actually, just became resellers for Square. So that's going to open up a lot of doors. Square had this whole idea of hiring companies like Mona Payment Solutions to really bring on new clients, but also service them because they lack that service aspect of what they currently do. It's all, click and maybe 3 weeks from now we'll let you know and so forth. So Mona is more of a concierge kind of white glove service. So we hope, for a good partnership. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And what would you say is actually driving growth for you guys right now?
Partnerships, actually. So we also partner with financial institutions, software developers, associations. We just signed an agreement with a financial institution in Northern California, where they will providing us all their leads, all their business clients, if they're looking for merchant services. So that's been how we got started, how I got started, how Mona got started, and just developing these relationships. And, every ISO like myself and even a salesperson, all they want is just those referrals, right? Because that's how people grow. Because it's a pretty nitty gritty, go cold calling all day, and but we got to do it. So it's just part of the sales.
That makes sense. And what part feels harder than it should right now?
What part hard? It's not like it was when I first started, when I was with FFMC a long time ago, cold calling, and you pick up the phone and go through I even don't even remember what they call it, yellow book or the phone book.
Yellow pages, yeah.
Yeah, the yellow pages, right, and so forth. And people actually were answering the phones. It's a lot harder now. It's a lot more social media, just, LinkedIn, just different avenues. You really got to just do all the touch points because people do answer the phone, but it's not the way it was. So I think that's really hard. And just people have more options because they're more knowledgeable as well. So that, it's harder, it's, I always say, it could take 3 years to get a client. It could take 2 seconds to lose it, and that's more true now because of technology and everything's so easy at our fingertips. And, you don't doing this for me, I'll just go over here. So we really focus on the customer support.
And looking back for you personally, what turning points have had the greatest impact or changed the way you run the organization?
The impact was becoming partners with a financial institution here in Southern California with 17 branches. That was like the big went from here to here. What was the second question? Because
This just have affected the way you run the organization?
The way I run my business, yes. The way I run my business. So during COVID was great for us, right? I mean,
Okay.
we then became virtual. We're still virtual. Now we can kind of move past just the Southern California area. But I joined WeBank,
Okay.
the women-owned business. And I took some of their courses and I really, really learned a lot. So I love them, still part of WeBank. But I also did the Entrepreneur's Operating System. I don't know if you're familiar with that, which is really, really great because I had no training whatsoever how to be a business owner, how to run an office, how to run a company. I had no clue. So we still are part of the EOS family, so to speak. And also Vistage has helped me a lot. Vistage is, a group of entrepreneurs and, you come together and you have a chair and that's really just been really helpful for me and giving me the confidence that I need. And yeah.
That's awesome. That is quite the story to just, bootstrap it, figure it out.
Uh-huh.
So now, as you try to grow and expand, what have been the biggest bottlenecks that keep showing up?
I think, we every year, luckily, thank you, we've been growing. I think having a sales, so merchant services, credit card processing is what we do, what we offer. It's extremely competitive. Extremely competitive. I don't know if you remember back in the 80s, AT&T and all the everybody that had a cell phone was extremely competitive. We're just as competitive, and because it's a great industry, right? It's always technology is always growing. It's very rewarding financially. So I think is just getting the right salespeople that are that are hungry, that want to go after this because it's not an easy sale. And that's kind of been one of the things that we've been struggling the last year or so. But what we're doing to kind of alleviate some of that is bringing and educating our internal team from grassroots. Okay, you had no clue on payments and developing into salespeople. So and this is 2-3 year process, right? Because payments is so there's so much to learn. So that's kind of one of the things that's been the hardest, but it's been now the most rewarding because we're seeing these young ladies in our team kind of, really develop and just flourish in their sales. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. So this next question is a 2-part question. And when it comes to your messaging and outreach, your marketing systems, first, what's been working well to attract and keep customers?
In marketing, I don't know if our marketing is keep our customers or even attracting them. Again, like I said, our industry is extremely competitive. But we do a lot of educational videos. Not a lot, I should say. We used to do them twice a month. Now we're doing them once a month. And then we're doing now a newsletter. Okay. Educational videos, like, we target certain industries, we're heavy. We have a partner in the software industry integration with a heavy duty trucking industry. So we focus on the trucking industry. Now we're doing a newsletter that, more educational, what's going on. So it goes not only to our clients, but to our database. And I think we have about 15,000 people in our database, or maybe a little bit more. So just more educational. We'll get some calls from that, but it's all consistent. It's building that brand. It's just, they see who we are, what we're doing. We're not trying to sell anybody on those marketings. We do have a good presence on Instagram. One of our team members really loves doing that. So we gave her, that seat that she can fill and bring in more exposure. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the second part is, where do you feel like you're still leaving money on the table? There's still opportunity.
Money on the table. Well, we're really good about talking to our current base, our current clients, and upselling, our products, and really making sure that they have everything that they need. And we're not scared to try anything new. We're not scared to look for those products that they're looking for. So I would say we're trying not to leave anything at the table. I mean, marketing wise, we're always updating our website. We're going to add actually 2 new pages to our website. We're working on that. LinkedIn, we also, try to post as much as we can on LinkedIn through our blogs. So the marketing team that we do the posting on the blogs.
Okay. Now, when it comes to, with all the talk and buzz around AI and automation, where have you guys found ways?
Oh my God, we love it. Love it. We have been using it actually before anybody started using it. And, I was born and raised in Mexico.
Okay.
And Spanish is my first language. And,
Wow.
The where's and where, I never know the difference. And, some of the English grammars, so I'm not the best, right? And so when ChatGPT came out, I got it. I tried it for like a week. I got it for the business. The whole team uses it. I said, if you don't understand it, you don't get it, just use it. Just signed up for Claude as well. Claude is amazing. I mean, it does everything for you. I mean, things that took us days now takes us less than an hour because we plug it on to either ChatGPT or Claude, and we're still using both and go from one to the other. I mean, one's great for one thing. It's just, if you're not using AI, you really are doing a disservice to your company, to your team, and to your clients. Productivity has increased. People's confidence has increased because they feel that they can, instead of Googling it, ChatGPT it, Claude, whatever. I mean, I don't know if you've seen some of those presentations on Claude. They're amazing. And then we just put them into Canva and, just kind of tweak it up a little bit. We love it. Anything new, like I said, we are not scared to try anything new whatsoever.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, Christina, when you think about the next stages of the business, what are you most excited about?
Well, I just kind of going into that next level of where we're at right now. We're at a great place. I know we can be in the best place yet to come. And that's just developing our kind of junior sales team, so to speak. We have, a few, senior salespeople, but those young sales team developing and see where they can go because, we all are women, and not just because it happened. And all the young ladies that are working in our office, they're all moms, except one. And so everybody's mom. One has 4 kids, and she said, "Okay, I have to leave to go drop off, pick up, and come back to work, and so forth." And just giving them that opportunity where they can be really successful. And if they're successful, Mona's successful. And that's kind of how we look at it. So that's my exciting kind of news to where is it going to go to see all these young women be very successful and reach those dreams that they want to give to their families, And we're in Mississippi, we're in Houston, we're in Baton Rouge, we're in Connecticut, we're in Las Vegas, here in Los Angeles, we're pretty spread out. So, and we just have such a great culture and very encouraging and just, give everybody back what I got back from my mentors, when I was starting in the business.
I love that. And I love that ethos, that just give back, pay it forward.
Yeah, pay it forward. Yeah.
That's wonderful. Now, when you look at your own journey, the wins, the mistakes, what lessons stand out to you and feel like took longer to learn than they should have?
I think fear is usually, the first thing, scared of what's going to happen. And I've learned now not to just try it. If it doesn't work, it's okay. It's okay. I think, I used to wake up and think, all my clients were going to cancel, right? It's like, that was the fear that I had, that if I did something and, everybody would, not use our services. And now I know that's not the case, but not be so scared. And really, I think, educating myself, really, I also did the Goldman Sachs 10,000 small business program that for entrepreneurs, and that's all a free program. And that was so helpful for me. And so, yes, I think it's fear. having the confidence. But I think that's just with being a new entrepreneur, so not put fear aside and just try it and go for it. I wish I would have done it sooner in my life. Let's put it that way. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love it. Just put fear aside and go for it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful. So, Cristina, if you had to pick one constraint to focus on and solve over the next 90 days, what would it be?
Okay. So we're really focusing on partners, and that is my responsibility within the organization, is to reach out to those financial institutions and try to get more relationships, because the more relationships, the more partners that we have, the more successful we're going to be. And we can provide this amazing service. We have the team, we have the capabilities, we have everything. We just need to just get those partners, and that's my job. And if we've got, one in the last month and it doesn't happen overnight. So 90 days to, at least, the middle of the year, towards the end of the year, we're looking to at least for 3 or 4 would be wonderful. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. And so, any final words for other leaders and entrepreneurs, those on a similar journey?
Really, I think take advantage of all your resources, really kind of look at what's out there. I mean, the 10,000 Goldman Sachs, that's a free program that any entrepreneur can sign up, and you need to get accepted and take it seriously. If you're a woman or a minority person, take advantage of what that has to do. Sign up, get registered, keep with your certifications, and they have so many programs to offer you that can really educate you, and just go for it. Don't be scared. And one thing I tell everybody in our team is, if you keep on doing it every day, whatever you're doing, it will happen. It will happen. And it does, in any industry. If you want to be a really good actor, if you do everything you're supposed to do, you will become that good actor. Anything.
Yeah, I love that. Just put the fear aside and go do it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So for those who want to learn more, want to reach out, LinkedIn or
sorry,
Mona
the gardener's out there. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. So monasolutions.com or LinkedIn, anywhere else they can find you and learn more?
Instagram. They can Mona Solutions and Instagram. Just reach out to us. We have a landing page if you have any questions. If you're looking to, get an account review on your current merchant services, we'd love to have you. And you know what? We'll let you know if you've got a good thing or not, or if you're a good fit for us, or we might not be a good fit for you. So you never know. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. And you're servicing. Okay, yeah. And you guys service all 50 states, right?
All 50 states, Canada, and with Square, a couple other countries within, globally. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. And so, reach out. And again, thank you to our sponsors of today's episode, Achieve Fractional, which provides fractional executive leadership for growing businesses. And if you enjoyed the episode, reach out to Cristina and the team. See if you're paying fair for services for your merchants, for your processing, and just get educated. Reach out and they'll help you out.
Perfect.
So we'll see you all in the next episode of the Achieve Podcast.